can stare you down. Can you imagine playing poker with him?
You know, I'll have to say that it was a tad bit disappointing when I saw this young lady mount the podium. I never expected the Russians to put an athlete with so little talent on their team.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Wow, this is a gigantic, huge error for Russia.
We said before, one major mistake, and you're just about doomed. And Russia may already be just about doomed. James Bond music didn't fit.
No, you know, it's quite sad. We used to come to World Championships and wonder, gee, you know, what Russian gymnasts are going to be out on the floor. You know, I've watched the practices. They're disjointed. There's no discipline amongst the girls. They're talking back to the coaches. It's gone.
The coaches themselves are saying the Americans are disciplined, the Chinese are disciplined, the Romanians, the Russians, we're not disciplined. They're disgusted, to be honest. And this right here, this routine, it spells disaster for the Russians with 3 up, 3 count.
You know, Tim, I'm not surprised because in her preliminary score, she only had an 8.187.
Yeah, it's not even going to get that here. There are so many deductions there, and then she follows it up.
Well, forget that. She almost got severely injured there with that flip.
Yeah, she was so far over-rotated on that first acrobatic element. There's no way that she can recover and make that laid-out flip afterwards.
This is now one of the lowest scores that I can recall in a major international competition, a 7.575.
I can't remember the last time I saw a score like that for a Russian gymnast.
So you take into consideration, we just saw Gomez go on the floor exercise. Spain, in one routine, gained more than 2 points on Russia.
Wang Qiantian.
Oh.
Amazing. In a negative way. At first, Russia, and now China. If you're another country, another team in this event right now, you're saying all bets are off. Anything is possible.
What this 3 up, 3 count has done, it has provided parity among many other teams that could never have been competitive. Now all it takes is a fall like this from China or Russia, and who knows, any of these teams that are in the top 8 could find themselves fighting for a medal.
8.737 and perhaps an injury as well. Some freezing spray, ethyl chloride perhaps through the front knee.
You know, Al, that doesn't work, by the way. It burns, but it just doesn't work.
Well, here's the model, actress, and most decorated female gymnast in the arena, Svetlana Khorkina. I mean, I don't even know that you can say that there's pressure to keep the Russian team afloat right now. She knows what the game is. This is about, as much as anything, her reputation and her ability to stay viable as a medalist and a champion at her age, having been part of this now for a decade.
Well, I know Svetlana, and I got to tell you, the emotion she's feeling right now is anger. She is, frankly, very upset at what her teammate has done, taking them out of the hunt for a medal. She is a very, very proud Russian.
She just has different lines than anyone else here.
She's so theatrical out there, the eye contact. She's amazing. Been in every World Championship since 1994. And you're right, Tim, there's so much pride in what she still does.
And remember the Russian legacy which created that pride. A pride that led the Russian women to be in tears when they were forced to quote-unquote accept silver at the Olympic Games in Sydney. It wasn't a matter of winning silver as it would be for many teams. It was a matter of not winning or losing the gold medal. Pretty intense stuff.
Certainly. You look at this young lady, and it is remarkable that she is able to stay in this condition. She has lots of distractions. She's an actress in a Broadway-like type play.